All right. Hello, my friends. I'm sorry for the delay today. I'm just not in my home office where I'm normally doing this. Here is the daily brief for today. 1,070 Russians are off the battlefield, 59 to 40 Russian to Ukraine losses, according to Andrew Perpetua. Now, Russia's still hitting things like apartment complexes in Dnipro. That was the big story today. And I mean, it was just a civilian target. Meanwhile, Belarus is upset because there's an alleged Ukrainian buildup on their border. Turns out Belarus doesn't like that for some reason. It's hard to comprehend. This was based off Telegram channels talking about it. It's also in Euromaidan press. There was an Axios study today. The Axios study showed that 60% of voters want to replace Biden. Now, they didn't talk about how many want to replace Trump, and we can speculate about how many would want to replace Trump as well. But this is based on the performance at the debate. Now, 57% of those who viewed the debate were like, whoa, we want to do something different. Now that breaks down differently. Only 19% of Democrats thought that Biden lost the debate. 93% of Republicans thought he did, right? So where you stand depends on where you sit. So your ideology does color how you see wins or losses. But what you really want to look at is 60% of independents thought that he lost the debate. And that's the figure that really matters. It's kind of like is Trump a felon? Does that matter? Look to see what independents think. Okay. Even on the Time cover, I talked about the New York Times and things like that yesterday, but even the cover of Time magazine says panic with Joe Biden walking off the edge of the magazine. Okay, U.S. signs a $1 billion contract for Patriot missiles. This was very important. It will provide 870 Patriot missiles and equipment. So that's very important. So yeah. 10 Ukrainian POWs have just returned home with the help of the Vatican. So far, 3,310 have returned to Ukraine since the war began. I'm going to leave you with one quote. This is by Dmitry Kuleba, who said he defined what victory looks like, and I think that's really important to understand. Victory for Ukraine is a reality where peace is just, that's step one, and no new war is possible, or as he said, and a new war is impossible. That's the direct quote. And I thought, that's exactly what you're trying to get to. Don't just settle and say, well, we're going to freeze the conflict here. We're going to give Russia this, or we're going to do. No, because if they come back in 5-10 years, we have a whole different problem set. Let me repeat it again. Victory for Ukraine is a reality where peace is just and a new war is impossible. Okay, with that, my friends, thank you for your time. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. And thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.